You're gonna be just fine.
I just talk. I just talk.
Listen to them, children of the night.
Sic transit gloria.
Thrill me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kill the Cast. My name is Jerry, and joining me, as always, is the... Wait, you said you didn't have a quote for this movie, Jay?
Yeah, I get them from IMDb, and IMDb has nothing for this movie. So apparently I need to start writing them down as I'm watching the movie.
The never quotable Jay. And the Silent Hill biker himself, Kenneth.
Woo! I'm here.
After many delays, most of them my fault, and some technical issues that just happened, we're able to pull it together, and we're going to record. But with that being said, Jay, how you been?
I've been pretty good, actually.
What have you been up to?
I picked up the new Pokemon game on Friday, and I've been playing that. That's pretty fun.
Pokemon Legends, Arceus.
Yeah.
Teaching kids not only evolution, but God in the form of Pokemon.
That's right. Religion is important, I think. That's the lesson we're supposed to be taking from that game.
Yeah, Kenneth, how you been?
Surviving. I'll put it to you that way. Had a lot going on in my life and trying to make my way through it. A lot of stress, working a lot. A whole bunch of craziness.
I feel you there. There's been so much shit going on in the past couple of weeks. But I am excited. Cass just got on his cat perch for the first time that he got for Christmas because I brought it into the nerd room to record so that he would sit in it. And he's in it. He's not laying down, but he is in it. So I'm excited for that. What have you been doing, Kenneth? We know. Oh, Kenneth, you recently beat Ninja Gaiden for the NES.
Yes, I did.
Oh, snap!
Yeah. After what, 25 years?
I have never gotten I've never gotten past the second level. I've gotten to the second level, and that's it.
I'm pretty sure there are people out there that are going to listen to this and be like, "Oh my God, it took you 25 years to beat Ninja Gaiden," but when it really comes down to it, the first one is a fairly difficult game, and I haven't had a Nintendo in a while, so I downloaded it on the 3DS and I played it while I was in quarantine, and because I had COVID, and I finally beat it, and then I started the original Castlevania for NES. So,
oh man,
nice.
I've got the Castlevania collection coming.
Nice.
For Switch.
I found
that on it.
I found like one of those retro top loader gaming systems that is real thin and but it's shaped like a Nintendo in the basement today.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and it's got a door that opens in the front and one on the top. And the one on the top obviously isn't as big for a Nintendo game. I guess it's for like Super Nintendo or Sega or something. But the one in the front, I think it's called like a Generation Next or something.
The top could be Famicom.
It may be. I'll send you a picture of it later. Couldn't find any of the cords or anything, but it's just your standard DCN and then red, white, and yellow RCAs. So
Interesting. Speaking of retro games, I did a 2-hour stream yesterday for Ghost and Goblins for the NES. Because I've never gotten past the first level of the game and I really wanted to. So I got back past the first level. How many deaths did you think it took me to get past the first level in Ghost and Goblins?
22.
76.
All right. Both y'all are wrong. It only took me 10 deaths.
Nice.
Oh, good job.
Now, in level 2, I ended up with, hold on, let me look at my thing, 51 deaths, and only saw the end boss once, and of course I died. So I have not beat level 2. I'm probably going to do another stream tomorrow and go back to level 2.
That's like playing Holy Diver.
Oh, that would be a fun one to stream. I may have to stream that one too. I want to stream Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden also.
Go for it, man. I think since I've beat the game, I think I'm gonna try to start like trying to do speed runs.
Fuck that.
Yeah, because I want to see how fast I can get through it. You know, because the end level on Ninja Gaiden is the hardest part, because if you get to the boss fight, you know, the final boss fight, and you die, you go back to the beginning of the level. And so you
Yeah,
gotta go through.
and it's a 3-layered boss fight.
Yeah. So you gotta go, you know, you gotta fight Ryu's dad, and then you gotta fight the demon form, or the first
Jackio.
yeah.
The second form is called Jackio.
Yeah, and you gotta go through all that shit, man.
Jackie O.
Yeah, I only know that because well, from watching the Summoning Salt video on the history of Ninja Gaiden speedrunning.
Right.
They talk about the Jackio fight because you can do it in a way where you only like it's, I think they've got it down to like a 1.5 Jackio fight where he only goes across the screen once, and then by the time he gets halfway through the coming back, you've already got him killed.
Yeah, see, I tried doing that whole thing where you like tap the button really fast, so that way you can, you know, pull out your sword a bunch of times, because you can't keep the spiral for very long in those fights, because I think after you beat Ryu's dad, you when you go into the next level, you don't get to keep any of your Ninpo. So so damn. Yeah, I tried.
We are getting super nerdy on this episode right now.
Right. So I kept trying to, like, you know, do the quick button pressing, and I just could not get it down. I mean, it took me forever on the second version of that boss fight, man, because trying to get the pattern right to not get hit. Oh my God, man. I was so mad.
Yeah, because you got to do 3 boss fights in the row, and your health does not replenish at all.
Yeah, it does.
And you need a lot of health for the last boss fight because it has all these little fucking shrimp
replenishes.
things throwing at you.
It replenishes.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe
yeah,
I
but you got to
can be.
think, depending on which part you get hit by, you know what I'm saying? It can take anywhere from, you know, 1 to 5 bars of your life. And so you got to think, if you get hit, you know, 4 or 5 times, you know what I mean, with the 5-bar life breaker, that's it for you. You're done.
Ugh. All right. Okay. Super nerdy intro. We're gonna keep it going forward here.
Yeah, let's get to the horror movie.
Yeah.
Wait, we were supposed to review a horror movie? I've just been playing video games this whole time.
Yeah. All right, so we are reviewing The Cleansing Hour from 2019. You can check this movie out on Shudder. So do that.
I think it's a Shudder original.
Half the Shudder originals are not like made by Shudder. Shudder just pick up the exclusive rights.
Well, yeah,
so
same
it
thing
should
with
be
Netflix
Shudder
movies.
exclusive and not Shudder original. Like Shudder original to me is they were producing it from the get-go.
Okay, exclusive, whatever. You can get on there, and you should always, until that contract runs out, and be able to go watch it.
Yeah. So we are taking The Cleansing Hour, which is a really cool updated version of an exorcism movie. And to me, it's probably the best exorcism movie that has come out since The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I would have to agree.
So,
I don't remember that movie. I know I watched it. I just don't remember it.
oh, bro, it's so good.
Yeah, you are charged to, whenever you get off work, if you have to work tomorrow, you have to watch it.
It is so fucking good. Like top 5 exorcism movie of all time.
I would probably have to say my top 3. Obviously, number 1 is always going to be The Exorcist. Probably number 2 would be Emily Rose, and then the third one would probably be Cleansing Hour.
I think I would agree with that. Well, I don't.
Wow.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd 100% say those are probably the 3 best exorcism movies that I've seen. Because obviously I haven't seen all of them. And let's also note that that an exorcism movie is different than just a possession movie. Because there has to be some sort of exorcism type thing going on. So,
I mean, I would probably...
Ninja 3 doesn't count.
Ninja 3, The Domination?
Yeah, that's a possession movie, not an exorcism movie.
Correct, but it's an amazing movie.
Yeah, but I might put The Conjuring in with one of those, because technically you could consider that an exorcism movie. It's like a combination between exorcism and haunted house. You know, and that one was really good too. I actually really enjoyed the first Conjuring movie. The second one was pretty decent too. The third one kind of sucked.
Yeah, I just wanted to state that because, like, for someone who might be like, what about the Taking of Deborah Logan? Great movie, not an exorcism movie.
Nope.
There's no exorcising the demons.
And that last exorcism movie that came out, like that found footage movie, that movie was fucking garbage.
I like that movie.
It's fucking garbage.
I liked it. The second one was real hot garbage. Like,
and I'll
second
never
one was so bad.
And the bad part about the first last exorcism movie, I'll never forget it because I watched it on Christmas Day. So I'll never forget it.
Oh, I thought there was going to be more to that. I watched that on Christmas Day.
No,
and it was the last Christmas
I've
with
got,
my dad.
I've got.
And I was going to be like, fuck, man, shit.
No, I was just one morning. It was Christmas morning, and I was up before everybody else, and I really didn't have nothing to do because I had to wait on Mom to get up. You know what I mean? And I was in my early 20s. I think I can't remember exactly when it came out, but I was up there in age, and when it came out, I just turned it on. I think it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'd been looking forward to it, and I watched it, and I was just like so disappointed because it was just not that good to me.
I don't know. I like it. And you know what? You can honestly say there's also kind of a connection between that movie and this movie where they're like, because we're talking with The Cleansing Hour, obviously with Kill the Cast, we do spoilers. We don't give a shit. But The Cleansing Hour kind of deals with fake exorcisms.
Yeah.
So there's a tie-in there, and it's kind of like a better version of that movie. A very, very better version. Because even though I like the movie, like The Cleansing Hour is miles ahead of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
And honestly, when it comes down to it, until like before we really get into it, I think The Cleansing Hour, unfortunately, even though I love Shudder, I think unfortunately because it's on Shudder, it's not getting the reverence that it deserves for how good of a movie it is.
Do you think if this was on Netflix, it would get those articles that are like, this is the movie that people can't finish on Netflix?
20 minutes into the movie, yeah.
Yeah, I got hooked into one of those one time for that movie Veronica, and I didn't even think before watching it, you know what I'm saying? I just read that article and I was just like, oh, well, let's see how fucked up this really is. And there was nothing fucked up about that movie at all.
And you realize that people turned it off 20 minutes in because they were bored.
Because it sucked.
Yeah, that's really what those are. I do miss when people could leave ratings on Netflix movies.
Yeah.
Because there would be like some guy who like watched some like real exploitative movie, and they would like just like comment fap, which no one says fap anymore. If you don't know what fap is, that was like a internet term for jacking off, and it's kind of a joke on hentai mangas. But you would just see random shit like that, and it was good. Okay, so Cleansing Hour. This was not my first time seeing it. I know this was not Kenneth's first time seeing it. Jay, was this your first time seeing it?
No, I had watched it once previous, so it was my first rewatch.
First
Hell
rewatch.
yeah,
Okay.
because I watched it, and the moment I watched it, I got on the damn messenger and was like, you guys got to fucking watch this.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is my third time watching it.
I probably have
'Cause
to
I
say
had
it was
just-
my fourth or fifth.
I had just watched it in October, because I had showed my brother this movie because I was like, dude, you'll love this movie. And he did. He really, really liked it.
Oh, that's good. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Yeah, he dug it. He was like, oh, are y'all going to do an episode on it? And I'm like, well, yeah, Kenneth wants to do an episode on it. So whenever we start recording again, we will. And obviously, guys, this is the mark of, we're coming back. We're going to get, 1 or 2 episodes. We're aiming for at least 2 episodes a month again. So Kill the Cast, we're back, and all that good stuff. But let's get into The Cleansing Hour. The Cleansing Hour is about these 2 guys who run a fake exorcism live streaming web show. And it's fake. It's with actors and everything. Until one day it's not. A,
Dun dun.
Someone who's supposed to be the actress that's supposed to be, well, is it actress? Would you call a drag queen an actor or an actress? Because
Actress, because she's in costume.
Yeah,
Okay, if she's in costume, you call her an actress.
Or we could just make
I'm
actor
guessing.
a blanket term.
I think we should make actor a blanket term.
Because I think that's what they're trying to do in Hollywood now, is just make actor a blanket term.
I support that. Okay. She tries to show up and she ends up getting killed by some like demon possessed homeless guy.
Yep.
So the guy who runs all the technical stuff, what was his name?
Drew.
Drew? Was it Drew? It was Drew.
I don't
It
know.
was Drew. Shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Drew, who runs all the technical stuff, convinces his girlfriend to do it. And she doesn't really want to, but she's like, okay. And then Max, or aka Father Max, Big Daddy Max, if you're nasty.
Such a douchebag.
He is such a douchebag. But a douchebag in like the greatest of ways. Like, he's the Gaston of the modern age.
Yeah. He's
You know,
so funny
like-
to watch, dude.
He really is.
I guess.
Well, she ends up doing it, and she ends up actually getting possessed. And then the whole thing goes down with the demon basically saying, hey, here are the rules. You have to follow these rules or she will die. And this is all being live streamed. And as it keeps going, views and views and views just keep racking up. And this is
As
very
they
important because the demon is like, do not cut the feed whatsoever. You cut the feed, everybody dying. So that's kind of the basis of the movie. Kenneth, you are the biggest fan of this movie, so I'm going to hand it off to you and let you spew what you love about the movie and all of that.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Well, first off, let me say, and I've said it on the show before, I'm a huge fan of exorcism movies, and that just comes from the fact that, you know, my favorite horror movie of all time is The Exorcist. So anytime a new exorcism movie comes out, if I come across it or I see anything about it, I'm going to watch it. The unfortunate thing about that is that 75% of the time the movies fucking suck. So when I saw this, I was just like, okay, this is a new exorcism movie. I'm going to check it out. I put it on, and when I was done, I was blown away. I was just like, oh my God, this is so fucking good. This is so profound. This is a great take on it. And the crazy thing about it is I thoroughly believe that a lot of times when you're seeing like these advertisements for these guys on TV or anything else like that, you know, where they're in church and they're putting their hands on top of people's heads and they're exercising them and shit like that. And, you know, they talk about how they got fucking 5 or 6 demons coming out of these people, and you see
Okay,
them.
hold on, real quick. I saw a billboard today that was advertising the youngest evangelist.
Oh boy.
Like it
That
was
kid's gonna grow up fucked up.
like I couldn't
What
see.
you mean grow up? The kid's probably already fucked up.
Oh, I'm sure that kid's like probably like 20 or something. I'm not sure, but like it was like youngest evangelist is coming to Nashville, youngestevangelist.com, and I'm like, y'all are really leaning into how young he is. Like, I thought evangelists like him a little bit older. I thought they lost trust in the young after Tammy Faye and her husband. What do I know? Kenneth, go back. I'm sorry.
It's a gimmick, dude. And that's kind of where I was going with it. Where it's just like, you know, when you see these videos online, and trust me, I've watched a shit ton of them. When you see these videos online and you get on YouTube or whatever it is and you look up people doing real exorcisms and stuff like that, I am willing to bet that the majority of the time, I'm not going to sit here and be so close-minded to think that there's not a possibility that somebody out there is fucking forcing evil spirits out of somebody. You know, I'm not going to go into the Judeo-Christian shit, but I will go into, you know, I do believe that there are people out there that can help people get rid of their negativity. If you want to call that evil spirits, we can call it evil spirits.
I get rid of evil spirits out of me like once or twice a day.
Me too. In fact, you know what?
Jay's
Jay's gonna do that while I'm talking.
That's right. This movie's so good. Oh fuck. Oh,
But
kind of soothing voice.
Daddy Max.
But the point being is that I really believe that the majority of the time it's bullshit. And so that's the reason why when I watch this movie and I'm watching this shit go on and whatever else, and it turns out that it is bullshit, because at the very beginning of the movie, you're just like, okay, where are we going with this? And then once their set stops and you see the behind the scenes and everything, and you find out that the guy that's the priest is a fucking douchebag, and that his best friend, who, he the priest guy, quote unquote, leans on for all the technology and everything else like that. He just, treats this guy like shit, you know what I'm saying, and whatever else, and then reaps the rewards of this guy's work and all this. When you see that, that is exactly what I imagine that the behind the scenes of the stuff you see on YouTube is actually like.
I feel like Kenneth could be the Father Max of our podcast.
Oh yeah.
I don't consider myself to be that much of a douchebag, but depending on how much money I was making, though, I probably would do some shit like that. But the point is,
I got the fake holy water ready to go.
Exactly.
Buy your Kill the Cast holy water straight from a girl squirt from horrorporn.com.
You know what the funny thing is, though? There is actually, like, I'll catch it at work, because when I go into work, we got a TV in the break room, and every once in a while we'll have it, like, we got Netflix and shit like that, but every once in a while we'll have it on, like, live TV, and we'll catch some of the evangelist, commercials that are in the middle of the night, because I get to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, so, and we'll catch some of that shit, and there's actually you can send money and get, like, these ketchup packet sized things of, like, miracle water, you know what I'm saying, that's supposed to be like, if you drink this or you rub it on your body or whatever else like that, it'll wash away your sins.
We are actually going to start selling Kill the Cast miracle ketchup packets that if you add it to your burger will
they're just Heinz ketchup packets blessed by Kenneth.
Yeah, guaranteed to get you into heaven by Father Kenneth.
Yeah, I'll put a little magic on there. I mean, if anybody looks at my profile pics, I'm the one that's the closest to looking like a wizard. You know what I'm saying? Long hair, long beard, and a big nose.
That's true. You look like a wizard.
But and I mean,
give me my side quest, wizard.
But yeah, I mean, so when I watched this, I was like, oh my God, that really hits home. And then when you get deep into it, and the guy that does the effects and all the recording and everything else like that, his old lady, you know what I'm saying, gets really possessed. And then you start seeing the crazy shit actually happen and what this demon is doing to Father Max, because, he's a piece of shit and a liar, you know what I mean? And making him confess in front of, I think it gets up over 1 million viewers. You know what I'm saying? For a live stream, 1 million viewers is fucking huge. So when it gets to that and makes him start doing it, that to me was even better. And then the greatest thing about this movie is that the fucking craziness doesn't stop when they think that they fixed it.
Nope, it sure doesn't.
It
and I was
keeps
stoned
going.
the first time I watched it, and that reveal, oh boy.
That was my favorite thing about it, because you actually get to see the demon. Not just, the possessed person, but the demon. You get to see the demon.
Like, oh man.
Yeah,
the actual fucking devil.
It's not a movie that, like, ends with the heroes winning.
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't just drop off either. That's one of my biggest issues with a lot of movies, especially found footage, is it just drops off. It just fucking stops. And I'm like, no, I want to see the fucking carnage. I want to see the fucking world get destroyed. You know what I mean? I want to see demons and fucking goddamn people getting burned alive and shit like that. I want to see all that carnage. And you hardly ever get to see it. And that was the cool thing about this movie, is it didn't go into huge detail about that, but you did get to see what happened because the demon said the stuff on the camera.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Jay, tell us about what you liked about the movie.
Everything Kenneth said.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like Kenneth is still like a really, really good job of covering the movie. So even I'm like, shit. Okay.
Yeah, I like the effects. We can talk about the technical aspects of it. I like the effects. I thought they used CG where it was necessary, within their budget, and
I like the
practical
blonde
effects.
chick a lot. She was super hot.
Yeah. The drag queen, she was cute. Just pause that for a second, and fap.
Release the diamonds.
I thought the bit that they did where the guy had the flames tattooed on his arms and then the demon made him just burst into flames.
Oh, that
Yeah, that
was
was
fucking
pretty
awesome.
I thought that was pretty good.
I like the guy who's like trapped in like a closet for a while, and then he comes out, and there's all these like hellhounds chasing him and shit.
I'm just on
That
some
was
bad
cut
straight
shit.
out of
himself.
Resident Evil.
I'm just on some bad shit.
Like that motherfucker.
Yeah, man. And then when he's fucking
Whew.
slicing the shit out of his fucking arms and stuff, that shit was so good.
You'd think he would feel it and just be like, no, wait, maybe I should stop for a second.
Hey, man, the adrenaline of fear can make you do some crazy shit. And then on top of that, he may have thought that, the pain that he was feeling came from the hallucination. biting
Yeah,
him.
that's true.
Yeah, that makes a very, very good point. Okay, so let's do I don't want to do like a whole walkthrough of the movie, but just to kind of like get us where we're add some background information for the whole movie, to hit some major points, and this is where we're gonna get into like big spoilers. So Father Max and Drew actually went to Catholic school together. Father Max sucked at being a Catholic.
Yeah, he did.
And the nun was very abusive to him and Drew. And at one point, he basically murdered a nun by fucking head planting her into like a fucking pencil in the eye thing.
Hell yeah, by fucking her
Yeah, but she deserved it.
She deserved it. She was a dick. That whole like putting them on their knees to say
On
the
the
prayer,
bottle
but they're like,
caps?
yeah,
Ugh.
on those bottle caps. Like, oh god, that would hurt so bad.
Make me want to do a fake exorcism show too.
Yeah, for real. And then so Father Max is enjoying all of his success, and he's kind of gotten a little stagnant and doesn't really want to do anymore. He's like hit a level of success he's pretty comfortable with. They're selling a lot of merchandise, all of this. Drew, on the other hand, is like, hey, we need to do more. We need to spread out. We need to, go on some different adventures, stuff like that. And Father Max just really isn't having it. And Drew's girlfriend is kind of like, maybe it's time you broke away. Drew's really doing most of the work. Like, obviously, Father Max is the talent, but, like, Drew's doing most of the work. So Drew's kind of battling between being a good friend to Father Max and wanting to actually, do more with his life. And then, so they're doing the fake exorcism. His girlfriend obviously becomes thing, and the big thing is she's making Father Max tell all of his sins. Well, one of his sins is that him and Drew's girlfriend hooked up before Drew got with his girlfriend, and Father Max never deleted the sex video.
Nope, he sure didn't.
So that's yeah, most people will keep sex videos, but it's kind of different when, like, it would be like if I made a sex video with a girl who I had one night stand with, but then she met Kenneth and really clicked with him, and got with him. Obviously, like, I would ethically need to delete that video for my buddy. I mean, we can obviously argue.
Kenneth would be like, send it to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
He would, but let me just get into but that's the ethical dilemma here. I'm not going to go into the ethics of should I deleted the video if the girl asked, because obviously in this movie she said delete the video and he didn't do it. So that's a whole nother ethical side too. but nonetheless. So
Yeah, we can talk about normal social ethics, not about our social ethics.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
between the three of us, our social ethics are, yeah, we.
what if they remade Necromantic with Elvira?
Can I star in that? Wait, is she the corpse or am I the corpse? I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm in either way.
Dude, I'll put it to you this way: if that were the case, I would be raw continuously.
No, unfortunately, Elvira's a lesbian, so this is actually going to be her.
She's an actress, though, so it doesn't matter. She can act like she's into it.
Yeah. Hell,
Well,
she's
yeah, I
been
guess you're
doing
right.
it for
The
30
Elvira-
years.
The Elvira character does have interesting guys.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
She
That's
can
what I'm saying.
act like she wants to fuck a dead dude.
Yeah, I just want to be the dead dude.
I
Yeah.
would never stop watching that. I might as well just quit my job. I would never leave the house.
Okay, so like that's a big ethical dilemma in the movie. Like one of the best things about this movie is just the straining of a friendship over secrets that both are keeping from each other, not only on a like emotional like relationship level, but also on a business level.
Mhm.
Like that's one of the things that really just fucking makes this movie just god tier.
And
Like obviously all the demon stuff is really fucking dope. All the exorcism's dope. The pulling of the hair out of the mouth and the fucking I really don't like when they do the fingernail stuff.
because
like,
it's
when they're
played
like-
out, or because it just
bothers
weirds you
me.
out?
It weirds me out. It wigs me out. I don't like like the whole idea of just it's anything. It's like when I see like when someone gets dragged and their fingernails are like just scratching on the ground, or they get their fingernails like removed, or they're putting fucking like needles under their fingernails, like in Takashi Miike's Imprint.
Oh, God. That movie's so good.
All of that kind of shit just fucks with me.
Cheyenne's the same way, man.
Imprint.
Cheyenne can't
Imprint
fucking take
is
it.
the best Malignant ripoff that was made before Malignant.
That movie sucked.
Malignant sucked dick.
It did.
No, Jay, I don't want to hear about how finally a movie ripped off The Matrix instead of The Matrix ripping off other movies. Okay? Don't
That's
even
not
say
what
it.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say that I liked it.
I didn't like it. It was fucking. Jerry, didn't you watch that with us or try to?
Malignant?
Yeah.
No, I watched it. I watched it with my dad.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
When I was
Because when
down
you were
there.
down, we were gonna watch it, and we just never got around to it.
Yeah,
And I
'cause-
think I got like fucking 30 minutes into it and fell asleep, and then tried to watch it again and fucking fell asleep, and I was just like, this movie's garbage.
yeah.
No, it's so good.
No, it's not,
terrible,
Jay.
man. It's fucking terrible.
Jay, you know Basket Case exists, right? You know you can just watch that.
Yeah.
You
But
know
does
Stranger
Basket Case have
Things.
cool ass kung fu in it? I don't think so.
No, it doesn't. But
Exactly.
we could remake Basket Case starring Jet Li.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
So
But
okay.
yeah, going back to the nail thing and stuff like that, man, damn. Yeah, Cheyenne's the same way. She can't stand, she hates it when on movies when, people get their nails ripped out and stuff like that. She can't stand it. She don't like it either.
Oh yeah, the only thing that bothers me worse in a movie is the slicing of the back of an
The
ankle,
genitals?
that tendon. No, not the genitals, the tendon.
Yeah. That really
I can
doesn't.
watch a dick get cut off as long as it's not in the movie Cannibal.
Pain Olympics, man. No,
BME, baby.
I always
I
like.
can
I
tell
actually
y'all some
really
internet
enjoy
history.
like when somebody like fucking puts their feet down from the bed, and then something just comes out of nowhere and slices the back of their ankles. I actually really enjoy that.
I can't. I don't like it.
I'm just like, ooh, that would suck.
It would suck so fucking much.
I'm gonna get
the
you
only
one day.
movie where that's
I'm gonna call your
acceptable
mom,
is-
and I'm gonna come up there, and I'm gonna fucking try to hide somewhere and get you when you're coming down the stairs or something, and run my finger over the back of your ankle.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you one day, dude. And you're not
Just
gonna
don't
know
get
it's
mad at
coming.
me when you're covered in shit. Because when I shit myself,
He iced me like a fucking cake.
yeah, but there's a lot of really good fucking violence in this movie.
Yeah, there is.
They do a really, really good job of that. I really like when they make Father Max get naked and they bring the lights down and starts like fucking boiling his
Yeah, you just
skin.
got to do the hokey pokey.
That
Yeah.
that one actually got me, man, because damn, if you've ever done any kind of like anything in entertainment, you know what I'm saying, where you're under those kinds of lights, dude, when like if you're on stage, you can, if you've ever been to a concert and you've been up front, you can see how far they are away from the band. And I mean, if you're in a small venue, they're only like maybe, you know, 15 feet away from the band or something like that, you know, but they're hot as fuck at that distance. So them lights being right up on that guy, man, and then you see the scenes where it's like burning his rib cage and shit. Oh, that did it to me. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, back in the first days of my YouTube channel, the Game Case Show, it started off as like a video game talk show, but we had a buddy in construction, and so we borrowed those like stand-up yellow construction lights.
Yeah.
And those things got so fucking hot. It would make us miserable while we were recording. We eventually were like, we can't use these anymore. We have to find some other way. And we ended up rigging up stuff and like making it work. But it was just so awful.
This was before ring lights, people.
Yeah, like now I have a ring light. Now I can just use a ring light. Like I'm good. I have one. But like, oh no, like if you couldn't afford like professional stuff and you had a budding construction, you could use those, but it sucked. And it's not like it was too much. Like it was really, really bright. So like it washed you out really bad also.
Yeah, when me and Murphy were recording in his garage one time and we had the camera out and stuff like that, we used those lights, man, and the whole fucking garage was hot as shit. And this was in the wintertime, you know what I mean? So, like, we're in a garage and there's barely any insulation and whatever. And it's like fucking 25, 30 degrees outside and it was hot as fuck in that garage, man.
Yeah, well, no, this was in my third floor apartment in Panama City Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
in the living room?
Yeah, that's where we record. Like, I can go back and like send you like early game case videos where we're using those lights.
Wow.
And in my living room.
Wow.
So it was awful. So I can, when watching him get his like skin burn from those stage lights, I was just like, I feel that because I know what like the construction lights can do. I can't imagine what those stage lights would do.
Dude, they're fucking hot. Like I said, they're hot as fuck. Because I mean, when I was playing live, like the first time I ever got to experience those lights was when I was playing live at the Masquerade, man. And yeah, you get up there, and then on top of that, I was fucking drunk as shit. And so, you know, I'm standing up there, I'm drunk as hell, I'm fucking bouncing around the stage and doing all the rest of that shit. And you've got them hot ass fucking lights on you, and the only saving grace that you get is the fact that you're not down in the crowd, and every once in a while, you know, they blink between the colors, so you get like a few seconds of shade.
Oh, yeah. And so they keep going. They can't figure out the demon's name. By the time they think they've got it all fucking figured out, no, bitch, full demon shows up. And throughout the movie, they keep showing like people watching the stream in all kind of random places. Most of it makes sense. The only place that doesn't make sense to me is like there's a black girl and a white girl, and the black girl did end up banging Father Max. But they go to a bar to just watch it on their phone.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Who does that?
You'd figure since she was like, I'm sorry, as great as the movie is.
At least go to a booth if you're going to be watching something.
Yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, you know what I'm saying? As great as I think this movie is, I figure that if she had just banged him, like, I think it was that day, you know, I would have brought her out there and made her part of the carnage if I was making the movie.
Well, they can't because they can't she can't see that it's a fake show. So they legitimately,
yeah,
movie-wise, can't.
Right, yeah. I didn't think about that, yeah.
So they keep showing that, and they also keep showing, as it gets like really, really crazy, they're showing news stations picking it up and rebroadcasting it on like Times Square. And so it's showing it to all these other people, and it's like on big screens in like Japan and all over the fucking place, is being showed in restaurants and stuff like that. And so when the demon shows up and like says his incantation, this is what Kenneth was talking about. They start showing people all over the world just start killing each other. Like, my favorite one is when they got the guy and they like take his face to the fucking motorcycle wheel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
I also like the people that kill each other in the kitchen.
Right, the cooks and stuff.
Yeah, that was really good too.
I think my favorite one was the kid. You know, the kid that had been watching the whole live stream.
Oh yeah, he kills the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother had a huge problem with that. He was like, "Oh, there's no way that would happen. The Secret Service would have tackled him or something like that." And I'm like, "No, they wouldn't have, because it's the president's son. The president's son is allowed to walk up to the president."
Yeah, as long as
Like-
he's not in the middle of a fucking press conference or something like that.
Yeah.
That kid can wander around the White House as much as he wants.
Exactly. He has free roam.
Yeah.
And he basically shows up, and it was like, the kid's like, "You should have never made the Omen 4 the final conflict," and stabs the president and fucking kills him. Or was it Omen 3 that was the final conflict? I don't remember.
I think it
Anyway,
was the third one.
I don't know. I don't even know if I've seen those movies.
I can't reach my box set right this second. So.
Either way, no one gives a shit about the fucking Omen movies past the first one. Except
I thought
for
the
like
second one was decent.
someone weird like me who actually enjoyed the idea of the political aspect of it. And so it just has like the president getting fucking murdered by his son, who's been watching this live stream the entire time.
And I really like the reveal of that too, because like you see this kid throughout the whole movie, and he's sitting there, and he's like, you know, his dad comes in, and they're sitting down for dinner, and it makes it out like this kid's dad is just a workaholic, you know what I mean? And then you find out right there at the end that the reason why his dad is the way he is because he's the fucking president.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually really enjoyed that.
But yeah, that's like the cool ending to this movie, is that they show like the whole world going to hell,
Yeah.
so to speak.
And that,
Well, yeah, it was the actual devil.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no like happy ending to this movie. Like friendships are over, they're ruined, and the world falls apart along with that friendship. So I really hope people have watched this movie before listening to this. I feel like most people who listen to us know that we go into spoilers. We don't give a shit, so they already know. And since we rarely cover anything that's like super, super recent, I mean, this movie is like 2-3 years old at this point. But even if you know what's going to happen, it's still such a good ride to get there. But it's definitely the best when you're watching it. And even if you know that, you know, you read on IMDb that it's a fake exorcism show, it still has so many good fucking surprises in it.
Yeah.
And that ending is so good that it's still mind-blowing. Even watching it, you know, the second time after having not watched it for like a year and a half, I was just like, it's so damn good. And then watching it 2-3 weeks ago, whenever it was, when we were supposed to originally do this, watching it then, and then watching all the cool, I paid more attention to the people watching the show, because it's cool to like watch their journey to go from people watching the show and thinking, man, all these people are watching the show thinking that this is a real exorcism show, and not realizing that it's fake, but this time it really is real, and they're watching these guys suffer. Like, they're watching this dude that they love because he's so charismatic hang himself.
And they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, they just love it, which is a great, like, obviously it's been done a million times, but I love that this is kind of the new age version of it. This and along with the movie Spree are really good, like, new age versions of the people love watching the pain and destruction of others.
Yeah, they do.
As a form of entertainment. Which, I mean, we're all guilty. I can't tell you how much, like, shit I watch on YouTube that's just about these YouTube people and the fucked up shit that they've done and watching their careers and lives end.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm totally looking forward to Jackass Forever.
Me too.
I mean, I love watching the suffering of others, especially in those forms, man. Jackass Forever is going to be great.
Yeah, well, Bam Margera is not in it, so you're not going to see the ultimate suffering.
Yeah.
That is Bam Margera's life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this movie... God damn it. This movie really is a step above a lot of other movies in the genre. And it really does a good job of taking a lot of old things and recreating it for the new current internet-based world.
Yeah. They do a great job. It's really, really good. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of the things that baffles me, though, is, like, when you watch this and you see, like you were talking about, the audience watching and thinking that the shit's real. It's always baffled me, man, to sit there and to know that people in the real world, not in the movie, but in the real world, watch shit like this. And you see the advertisements and you see, you know, all this promotional shit and whatever, and it looks like a priest that's trying to be Chris Angel, trying to be a priest. And they believe it. I don't understand how people believe that shit is fucking real.
Ignorance is bliss, man.
I mean, I agree with that, but still, I mean, it's just like you can't. I personally can't when I see things like that on YouTube or whatever else, man. I just cannot take shit like that seriously.
Well, it's cognitive dissonance, and that's really easy to have when it's something that lines up to your beliefs.
I guess, man. I just can't.
And then there's some people they actually do when they show the chat rooms. There are people in there that are like, "Oh, that shit's so fake. It's a hoax. What a scam artist." Like, they do show little tidbits. If you ever watch the chat rooms, the chat box for the show,
Right.
There are tidbits of people that are calling it out.
Right, but still, I mean, it makes me think about people in reality that actually do watch shit like this and believe that it's real. It's like, even with the crack that I made about Chris Angel a minute ago, you know what I'm saying? Even though some of the stuff, because some of it, you know, now we know is camera tricks, but some of the stuff that Chris Angel did in his illusion shows was fucking awesome. I'm not disputing that, you know. But I've said on the show, on our show many times that, you know, my dad was a magician. So, damn, seeing that kind of stuff and giving credit where credit is due for how well the illusion was executed, absolutely. But at the same time, I know in the back of my head that, you know, Chris Angel is not actually vanishing into thin air on a dirt bike. You know what I mean?
No, but he is wearing those awful clothes.
Yeah. And so
that is a thing.
That's what I'm saying. Or when you see, or when you watch, you know, some of the old David Copperfield specials or something like that, you know what I mean? And you see him flying all over the fucking stage like fucking Superman or Peter Pan. You know what I'm saying? It looks fucking awesome. I'm not disputing that. But the point is that you know in the back of your head that it's not actually real. That it's, you know, it's an illusion. And so for me to think that people watch shit like this and not come to the realization that it's bullshit and they really think it's legit, to me, that is more fascinating than anything
I don't know.
else.
I saw this documentary called Lord of Illusions that said it was all real.
Yeah.
Listen, there's only one real magician, and it's Penn and Teller. So,
Well, that's two people, not one.
well, they're a hive mind.
That's fair. They
Yeah.
are amazing, and Jay actually got to go see them and be on stage and did a wonderful job.
Yeah, I'm a Vegas magician.
Yeah. But no, Kenneth's completely right about all of that, and this movie really does show so many different things in very small aspects that you won't catch your first time, but as you watch the movie again, you will catch all these little things that build up a realistic look at the world of these kind of shysters. You know, except obviously in this one, you know, the devil's real. So, there's that. All in all, I think we all fucking love this movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really
I
good.
really don't have much to complain about the movie either. Like, and you know what? But it is weird. I don't see enough people talk about this movie. I really don't.
That's what I'm saying, and I think it's, you know, I think it's one of those things where, you know, like I said before, if it wasn't on Shudder, even though, like I said, I really appreciate Shudder because there's some really good shit on there, but if it wasn't on Shudder and it was on something else, one of the bigger platforms, I think it would probably have gone a lot further because of how good of a movie that it is, you know, but I could be wrong. I haven't noticed any other podcasts really talking about it. There may have been one or two, but I haven't noticed them. Maybe one of you have.
No, you know I don't listen to podcasts.
I would probably have to go back to 2019 to see if people covered it then, because that was when it was like brand new.
Right.
But even in like Facebook groups, I never see when someone's like, "Oh, recommend
That's
me something
true.
that's on streaming." No one's ever saying this movie.
Even when they say Shudder specifically, it doesn't get recommended.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
just,
part
just
of
a
my
travesty.
fault, because I always just go in there and I'm like, female prisoner Scorpion, and they're like, no, and I'm like, that's fair.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think at this current moment, you know, like over the past probably 6 to 10 months, maybe the year, Shudder has gained some more steam, you know, by putting out like the Creepshow series and Eli Roth's History of Horror and stuff like that, and then the In Search of Darkness documentaries, which are fucking awesome.
Dude, bro, fuck the In Search of Darkness documentaries. The new documentary, I've only watched like an hour and a half of it. It's like 3 hours long. Their documentary on the history of folk horror.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like, it is so, like, it is a highbrow documentary. Like, that's high class.
Yeah, it was really good. And so, like I said, man, I mean, so that type of stuff is getting Shudder gaining more steam now. But before, the stuff that was really catching people's attention, Shudder really didn't get a whole lot of, get the credit that it deserved for some of the movies that are on there. And there's some really good shit on there, you know.
Yeah, I think Joe Bob honestly brought them the most. Like, Joe Bob's the reason
He's
that
the reason I have my account
as big as they are right now, and why people. So hopefully they never get rid of Joe Bob, because that's the reason a lot of people stick around in Shudder.
Yeah, that would just be dumb.
But
I mean, because I'm on there, I'm on Shudder at least 2 to 3 times a week searching for something to watch. I don't always watch something on Shudder, but I'm always on there at least 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes more, looking for something to watch.
Dude, they've been killing it with the giallos they've been putting on there.
Yeah,
oh my god.
I think there's a documentary about giallos on there now too.
Yeah, All Colors of Giallo.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it yet, but
I haven't watched it either. But I know it was like put out originally by Severin. So either way, that's our advertisement for Shudder. With that being said, obviously,
Write Shudder really quick and just be like, "Yo,
They don't give a shit about us.
No, they can sponsor us. It'll be great.
They're gonna be like, is that dude really going around telling people to watch Female Prisoner Scorpion? Yeah, I'm the guy who's watched it 17 times.
Probably
Probably
that box set.
only one. Dude, those movies are so good. Okay. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say about this movie?
Not about this one.
No, not about Female Prisoner Scorpion. I'm talking about The Cleansing Hour.
That's what I'm saying. Not about this one.
Okay, cool. So everyone, that's The Cleansing Hour. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, this episode's a little short, Kill the Cast. It is. But keep in mind, we're trying to come back, get back into the groove. So we'll be doing some more stuff. But we're also going to try to record something else right after this that might also be like an hour long, just kind of like this is a little under an hour long.
Hell yeah, we're fixing to record about humanoids from the deep.
We're not, but I'm not against the idea.
One of these days.
Yeah, we
even though
definitely
I
should.
feel like Humanoids of the Deep is just going to be us 30 minutes going. They really found every good set of titties they could find to throw in this movie.
Yeah, definitely need to
Plus,
do.
how did they get the fish monsters to cooperate? That's just amazing.
So with that being said, thank you all for being patient with us as we come back. We're going to try to be a lot more steady and bring you all stuff. If there's movies you want us to cover, go in the Facebook group and let us know or reach out to us.
Like Cannibal Girls.
Cannibal Girls.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Okay, so I was watching. All right, so since Ghostbusters Afterlife has come out, I've watched it like 6 fucking times. All right.
So good.
Yeah,
That's 6 times more than I have.
It's so fucking good, dude. It's on the Plex.
Oh, I know. I just haven't watched it.
And it's actually.
I haven't watched it because I've been watching Game Center CX like nonstop for like 3 weeks.
Dude, you got to watch Ghostbusters. It's so
Oh,
good.
that's a way you could watch it. I have a Plex server too.
Oh no, it's on my dad's Plex, and my dad's Plex has
thousands.
Like 15,000 movies on it.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but you're talking specifically about Game Center, and you wanted me to download it for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that technically would work.
All right, but what I was saying is there's a scene where, like, you know, I don't know how much you know about Ghostbusters Afterlife, but, you know, they moved to this town out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And this kid is giving one of the main character kids a tour of the town, and he walks by the movie theater. And when he walks by the movie theater, up on the marquee, it says Cannibal Girls.
Oh.
This is the worst, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake I've ever heard of.
Okay,
No,
so
it's...
I went and I...
That kid's name is Podcast, too.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so, Jay, you know the scene that I'm talking about where he's giving her the tour. And, like, it goes by...
A tour.
Yeah, and it says Cannibal Girls on the marquee. And I'm like, I wonder if that's a real movie or they just stuck that shit in there for this. So I Googled it. It's a real fucking movie.
Okay, so I guess we have to find Cannibal Girls and do something with it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And it's one of those, like, you know...
This looks good. It's on Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're doing it. Next week.
It looks like it might be like borderline
Cannibal Girls.
exploitation.
I'm pretty sure that guy was in Deep Throat.
The porno?
I was thinking
Yeah.
the same thing. That's cool.
This guy with the glass. I'm just looking at pictures of it. I Googled it, and there's, you know, they show you pictures from the movie. This one guy looks like the dude from Deep Throat, the doctor.
Nice.
Okay. All right, then. We're doing Cannibal Girls next weekend.
I'm down.
Let's do it. It's going to be a 30-minute episode.
Okay. Nothing but
yes.
fat.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! No, here's the link. It was directed by Ivan Ratman.
Who the fuck is Ivan Ratman?
The
That
dude
sounds
that
like
guy
fucking
from
directed
Ghostbusters 1 and
Ghostbusters.
2.
Oh, it sounds like a Ninja Turtle villain.
Oh shit! Eugene Levy's in it.
Okay, well, I guess we're watching. Wait, is it even a horror or is it a comedy?
I can't tell. It says horror comedy. Either
Horror
way,
comedy,
I'm about
it
to watch
counts. It counts.
Yeah,
I'm
Terrifier was
watching
a
this
horror
one way or the
comedy. and
other.
It's great.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
fine.
Okay. With that being said, thank you all for the patience. We'll be coming back. Reach out to us. Let us know what's up. We love you all. We'll have some more stuff planned. And 2 things before we go. Dave Z told me, Dave Z of Exploding Heads says we need to do another fuck me. Oh, sorry, I just burped. We need to do another horror coliseum.
Yes.
So that's really good. And also, I got a message from a fan named Jason. And I just wanted to read this message because it really made me happy. And I want to shout out Jason. He said, "Hello, mate." I don't know if he's actually in the UK or he just really, really likes calling people mate. He said, "Hello, mate. I'm sorry to add you here, but just wanted to give you a quick message. I've been listening to the show since episode 1. I'm very sorry that you've listened to any of the first 10 episodes. Anything before the Phantasm episode needs to be redone."
It wasn't that bad.
Our first episode was fucking ass.
It was really bad.
I wasn't involved in it, so.
That's true.
And I wasn't involved in the second episode.
Isn't that weird how fucked up that is?
The only consistency in Kill the Cast is that I'm always here.
Yeah.
Neither me nor Kenneth want to do a show without Jerry, so.
I don't know, Jay. We should try to do it one day.
Oh, God.
I just showed you how to record. Kenneth's recording this episode, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Because I something's wrong with my recording stuff. It's not recording. So Kenneth's recording it because
Jerry's computer is stupid.
we have the same computer.
I know, but yours is being stupid and mine isn't.
And I think it's because I've been messing with all my streaming stuff and that had to mess up something. I'll figure it out. But I made sure when I was setting up Kenneth's computer that I put the same recording stuff I use on my computer on his computer, just in case something like this happened. I have future sight. Anyway, Jason said, episode 1, but I've never emailed or sent any feedback in, so I just wanted to say a big thank you for all the hard work you guys have put into the show over the years. You guys have provided a lot of quality entertainment here, and they have personally helped me get through lots of shitty times at work and other things. So thank you. I really appreciate the time and effort spent doing the show. So thank you, Jason. And then me and Jason talked a bunch, especially about retro video games and gaming. So that's really cool. Thank you, Jason. We really, really appreciate it. It's really your message has kind of been the motivation we've been using for okay, we have to get back on this. We have to get back on track and really get back into recording. So
yeah, thank you, Jason. We really appreciate it, man.
Yeah. And like I said in our messages, Jay will give you a blowjob.
It's true.
He's got such a succulent
I throw up
mouth.
real easy, so it's going to be real sloppy, but
he said that's what he was into.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Jay has such a succulent mouth. It's so nice.
He said he's not going to look at you, but he did say he would watch a Serbian film while you did it. And I was like, well, that's basically like looking at Jay while sewing up on a dick. It's the same thing.
All right, I'll bring my copy.
Okay.
And your cock.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We will see you again very, very soon. You should be getting 2 episodes this week because I love you. One this and then one the next project we're about to record, which you'll find out later. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. We love you. We will see you next time on Kill the Cast. Goodbye. Any last words, anybody?
No.
Jay's cock.
If you enjoyed this show, then make sure you check out the other great shows on the Legion Podcast Network, like Cinema Psyops, Cinema Beef, Devour the Podcast, Duncan and Bo Come Correct, Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast, Friday the 13th, Get Slayed, The Hellming Power Hour, Hello, This is the Doom Show, Hero Hero Go Show, Kill the Cast, Underwater Kaiju from Outer Space, Jerry Hates Action, Legion After Dark, Mental Health, Obsessive Cinema, Discourse, Pick 6 Movies, the podcast by The Cemetery, the podcast on Haunted Hill, the Psychosemantic podcast, Rick Radio, House of Wax, Dude Looks Like the 80s, Rabbit and Red Radio, the Shadecast, Short Bus Cinema, 2 Drink Minimum Commentaries, the VD Clinic, Who Will Survive Horror Podcast, and Witch vs. the Doomsday Clock. With such a wide spread of shows, there is guaranteed to be a niche for you to fall in love with. horror, politics, movies, books, sex, music, commentaries, health, video games, kaiju, action, news, comedy, and opinions that would most likely get you killed in some parts of the world. We are proud to bring you some of the best podcasting in the world. Check us out at www.legionpodcast.com, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and any other dark corner of the internet where podcasts can be found.